cow signals is a concept from Holland that Cargill adopted over 6 years ago. The 6 aspects of the cow signals diamond are air, light, water, space, rest, and feed. Water is one of the main critical aspects of the cow signals diamond. Why? Because milk is actually composed of over 87% of water. Water space requirement are 3 inches per cow minimum and optimally 4 inches per cow. Here we have 136 inches of water space at every crossover, equaling to 3.5 inches per cow for this barn. These types of water bowl that you can actually dump once a day, at the same time clean the actual crossover alley, allows for fresh water access. For the cow signals aspect of light, our goal is 200 lux. Why? Because it leads to a 7% increase in intake and also maximizes reproduction. How do we measure the actual light intensity in the barn? With a lux meter. Here in this barn, we actually have over 400 lux everywhere in this barn.
Emily, in cow signal approach, why is light important?
Light is important because it can actually increase intake over 7% and it can also maximize reproduction. In this barn, they installed some separators to maximize cow safety for dominant cows not to displace the other cows, and they are also movable for maximum cow's reach. On top of that, they installed rubber flooring for extra cow comfort.
Emily, what's the most important aspect for feed access in the cow signal program?
The most important is to reach that 24 inches per cow per day for feed access and optimally 27 inches. In the cow signals diamond, rest is extremely important. The goal is a minimum of 9 hours of rest. If the cow actually lays down an hour more, that results in 1.5 liters of extra milk. Another very important aspect to consider while evaluating cows' rest in the cow signals diamond is that there are no standardized measures for the stalls. We actually have to take into account the cow size to determine these. For the stall width, we want double the cow's hips measurement. For the stall length, we want the cow's rump height times 1.2. For the neck rail, we want to calculate the rump height times 1.5. It is also very important to consider the bed surface, either in deep bedding or mattresses.
Emily, what's the most important aspect for rest area in the cow signal program?
The most important aspect is for the cow to actually come in and not touch any of the metal parts when she lays down. The metal is only a guide for her to lay down, and no shiny metal should be seen. For the cow signals, the air is very important. We evaluate air 3 ways. We can actually evaluate speed with a wind meter, and the goal there is 8 kilometers an hour for fly control. We also want to be able to dissipate heat and control the humidity in the barn. There are different systems you can install in the barn to control ventilation. For the curtains, a new concept is that they roll upwards to maximize crosswind. You can also install different types of fans to control heat stress, so the cows don't congregate in the barn.
Emily, in the cow signal approach, what's the importance of air?
Definitely, we want to maximize air in the cow signals approach to make sure we dissipate the heat so that the cows don't suffer from heat stress. I believe that in the summertime, it's critical. And in wintertime, it's also to control the humidity in the barn. And overall, fly control with actual wind speed, not just air circling in a barn, is extremely important.
Feed is one of the 6 aspects of the cow signals diamond. In this case, feed is evaluated in relation to the cow's access to the ration and assumes proper nutrient balance. A cow will consume her dry matter intake in 10 to 12 feedings to help keep a stable rumen pH. The goal is for the cows to have access to the ration safely and without any restrictions, while limiting dominance at the feed table. The feed table brisket wall should be 20 inches high from the cow's flooring, and the feed table should be raised 4 to 6 inches above the cow's floor level. The ideal space per cow at the feed bunk is 27 inches per lactating cow and 30 inches per transition cow. Feed out is recommended twice daily for freshness, with distribution along the entire feed bunk while maximizing high traffic areas. Feed push-ups are recommended every 30 minutes after feed out for 2 hours and every 2 hours thereafter. If you maximize the points mentioned about the feed aspect of the cow signals diamond for ultimate cow comfort, this will lead to increased dry matter intake.